Hey guys, Kojo here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Racerama Spearmint free pack, or gift pack as they were known back in the day. We're going to take our attention off of Cars 3 today. I never actually got this pack back in the day. It was one of the more difficult ones to find, but recently I finally picked it up. This was actually, I got this for Christmas, so I've had it in the box for quite a while now, and it is the first set of cars, or a car in general, that I've ever got from Poland. That's literally the only listing I could find where it was a good price. All the others were way too expensive. It also completes my Spearmint team as well. I had the Spearmint Cars 1 Racer. I have that already. And I have the one from Cars 3, which I've got we can compare here today. Because I'm not sure if I've never reviewed this car, and I'm not sure if I compared them in that video. I might have done, but it was a while ago. And yeah, like I said, I've never got the, it just says Chief Spearmint, but the Crew Chief for Spearmint, or the Pity, so it'll be really cool to get them opened and unboxed today. This Spearmint Crew Chief also got another release, but we'll talk more about that later on in the video. Alright then, so looking at the packaging, we have the nice Racerama sort of logo up here, which I found really cool. I've always liked this, and how it kind of, the logo is exactly the same as the game. I always found that quite cool. I'm not sure what track is there. It looks a little bit confusing, but I'm going to guess that it's the Los Angeles International Speedway, as it's quite bright, although looking at it, it looks like the Motor Speedway itself actually. It's very confusing, but it's maybe, yeah, I'd say it's the Motor Speedway itself in the day. We have some pictures of the RVs back there, which you can't really see a Dynaco tent there. We have all the names of them down here. Obviously, back in the day, they weren't given names. This is Ernie Gibson. This is also Ernie Gibson, if I'm correct, yes. So they're actually the same character, but back then it was just known as Spearmint, as the Crew Chief and the Pity were just known as the Crew Chief Pity of that team. We also have a nice picture of Ernie Gibson up here with the World of Cars logo, as you can see there. Nice little tag here for the gift pack. On this side as well, we have the Piston Cup logo, because I think this was just Piston Cup cars, as you can see, this little free pack series. I also have this set, I got it this year as well, so that will be an upcoming review pretty soon. I never ever got these two, so it would be really cool to review them and get them opened. I did actually get this set, but in a different way. In the, I think it was 2007, they did them in this free pack, which was sort of vertical, so it kind of went up, the cars were on top of each other as such. But we have the Racerama logo and the Cars logo back here as well, and then we have Racerama here, and on the back loads of legal stuff and all that kind of stuff that they need to put on there, which is pretty cool. Now I did notice that Ernie's got a chip there, as you can probably see, and these two like to move a lot, as you can see. They don't stay in the same place. So, but it's never been opened, so I don't know how that happened, but who knows, maybe people in Poland know how to repackage them or something. I don't know, but I don't think it's ever been opened, so we'll just have to see. But yeah, speaking about opening it, let's get this set out of the packaging. Okay then guys, so here they all are out of the packaging. Now they do look really cool, but I can't say what I usually say because they don't, the quality of these is awful. I don't know, this hasn't been opened before, that's for sure, but I don't know what Mattel's quality control was like back in 2009, as we have a chip on Ernie Gibson here. We have, I'll show you as I go on the in-depth review of each. We have a chip on this back spoiler, we have a chip on this back bumper. As for the Crew Chief, he has a chip on the back bumper. This Pity has a huge chip on the back. And the Pity also has used rubber bands, and as this set is, well, 10 years old this year, the rubber band had completely perished. So the wheels don't actually move on this guy now, because there's pieces of rubber band stuck in there. So that's a shame. I have to see if I can try and get this out. Also, the forks are very bent on this, so as you can see there. So I don't know what happened to this set. And maybe the guy who owned it before loved throwing it at the wall, and somehow they hit each other inside the box. I don't know. It's just how can Mattel manage to send cars out with like each having huge chips on them? But anyway, enough complaining. It's just really cool to have this team Spearmint. Finally, the only place that Spearmint team was actually seen was in the Motor Speedway of the South race at the beginning of Cars 1, and we saw Ernie again featuring his Spearmint livery in Cars 3 as just a blur. I'll put up a picture of this team. I'll see if I can find them in the pits. I won't put any of the Cars 3 pictures because that's not what we're here for. But yeah, if I can find any screenshots of this guy when Ernie pulled into the pits, I'll put that up on the screen, which would be really cool to see indeed. Now, apart from that, there's not really a whole lot to say for these guys, apart from going into their in-depth reviews. So if we start off by pushing these guys just back here for the second, and we'll start off by reviewing Ernie. Now, I haven't reviewed the Cars 1 Ernie yet, so this is a good time to do it. I know you guys like the Cars 1 races, and the main reason I bought this set is that I wanted to have another one of this guy that I could keep immaculate, although mine is actually chip-free already, so by buying another one, I've got one that's more damaged than my own, so that kind of backfired, but at least I got the other two guys I needed. So as we go into the physical review here, first of all, he follows the shape of leakless. As you can see, I love this body style, especially on this car. We have no lights at the front, which I love, just the 93 and the moustache grille. We have a sort of angry, determined expression there. If the camera will focus, there we are. And we have the Spearmint logo, very basic, simple but good. With the we have the hood pins there, if I can remember. You can tell I haven't reviewed in a week. We also have his brown eyes there as well. This is the bump eyes. Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, they're sort of browny. As you go onto the side here, we have his white Lightyear tyres, his wheels, looking very awesome indeed. And we have his secondary or contingency sponsors here, featuring the Piston Cup Nitro Mood, gas with leakless, and many, many more. We also have the 93 here as a leaf, which looks awesome. Also, we have not received a next gen for this car yet either. This is one of the final sponsors we don't have a next gen for. So as of the current moment, Ernie is the only racer. We also have the 93 as a big leaf on the top as well, looking awesome. I love this number. 93 is just a cool number, especially with this sort of style and paint scheme. We have Spearmint down here as well with the gas cap, which is just a little bump. You can't actually see it. You can really just see a reflection. You also have his exhaust there as well, poking out. Spearmint logo on the back with the spoiler pins, and we have the two window bars there. Now here is that other chip I was telling you guys about, and you have a little one down here also. It's so weird how I managed to get there. We have more spoiler pins in the 93 and Spearmint with some leaves there, looking awesome. Put on a little bit wonky, but that's okay. Same for the other side. Spearmint 93 secondary sponsors, chip, and a slightly different exhaust, because if we have a look at the base here, you can see this goes sort of bent like that, and this is a bit wider at the end, and it's just more angular. Which all we have, because obviously it's being 2009, is just one code and then the date stamp. And that is all. Alright then, so as for the crew chief here, don't think he has a name, he's just known as the Spearmint crew chief. He follows the same body shape as most of the crew chiefs from Cars 1, unless we have the bumper save one, which is a pickup, and then octane gain, and we also have the pickup trucks as well, apart from the bumper save pickup truck, which is different. But yeah, there's a couple, I think there's about 3-4 others which have this sort of shape. But yeah, really, really cool to get this. As for his releases, he was, as I was saying earlier, he was released in this Easter egg, which you knew what you were getting, but it had like an egg you couldn't see through, which is the same Spearmint colour. But I never found that. I don't think I found any of them eggs ever. Might have maybe found one, but probably in McQueen or something. So as we come to the front here, we have this plastic mouth plate, but honestly it doesn't look too bad. With his nice expression, looks like he's got the same coloured eyes as Ernie. They've all near enough got the same eye colour. Yeah, I'd say they're near enough exactly the same. Just this, you know, these two are darker than the Pity itself. So the Spearmint logo being exactly the same. I love it how they do that for the crew chief. It's very, very cool indeed. We have his lights there and his own moustache. Headset looking really, really cool. Nice headset indeed. And the Spearmint logo again. I also like the fact we've got these blue wheels. Looks really cool. It probably would have been better if they were white, considering that's what Ernie's wheels are, but I like the blue. They look cool. Here's a 4-door sedan, as you can see. On the back here, that's that little chip I was telling you about, so not too bad on this guy. I prefer that it's on Ernie because I have enough one of that already. His license plate, we have King Gap maybe at the top. I think that's what that says. And then we have his license plate which reads KYT49. You can see his lights there and his little exhaust down there as well, looking awesome. On the side here you can see the Spearmint logo in all its glory because it's not taken up by the headset. As we look on the base here, you can just see very basic. See his exhaust there, some of the parts, and it's actually a different way round. There you go, Disney, Pixar, China. I think it's got the exact same timestamp, date stamp, whatever as Ernie, which makes sense considering they're in the same set. Now, as you get onto the Pity here, he's obviously one of many. So if I did the screenshot I would have showed earlier, we don't know who it is. Here you can see there's a bit of the elastic band, which is kind of hard to get off. There we go, I managed to flick it off. But we have all bits of elastic band stuck in these wheels. So as you can see, they don't, as soon as I take my finger off, they don't like carry on rolling after. So that's a bit of a shame. But he has the same hazel-y kind of eyes there. And he's pretty sure this is the same expression as the No Store Pity, just a very like shocked and, I don't know, yeah, kind of shocked sort of expression. Maybe he just seen what happened to McQueen. But yeah, I wish this was straight like that. That's how it should be. But oh well. We also have the cap here, which actually features just the logo. We don't have the Spearmint part of the logo, as you can see there. Nice touch, I like it. Same with the side, I think it's very, very cool. And I like this white here as well. Not on his eyelids, it doesn't, but we have the white round, which looks awesome. I love the blue wheels. Again, it would have been cool if they were white. We have that huge chip there. Like, how does this happen? Like, oh, I just don't even know. But at least it's not like Megan Shifter where this bit's plastic, so that's okay. Yeah, we just have the same logo on the other side. These windows are painted on, so there's no extra piece, and we just have Disney Pixar China with the exact same date stamp. So that is all pretty cool there. Now, if we set these guys just over there for a sec. Now here is the Cars 3 Ernie Gibson. I don't like him nowhere near as much as the Cars 1 version. I did quite like him when he was released, but it is kind of, I don't know, I've disliked him over time. One cool thing I like is how his wheels have this little purpley outline, which is pretty cool, but that's about it. So if we do a little comparison on these two, we have a much like more, I don't know, detailed Spearmint logo. We have two actual alloy wheels rather than this little cartoony design, proper leaf, so they've kind of changed everything as a car goes past. I think I'll keep that in. Yeah, this is kind of the area I'm in. But yeah, anyway, we have this more detailed Spearmint logo here and more realistic than the cartoony one we had before. So eye colour looks like it's actually got darker, but the colour of him, there's more than one different colour blue now, which is pretty cool. As I drop him as well. Oh, and I dropped the other one. Oh, I'm keeping this all in. I'm keeping this all in. This is not going very well today. This is not going well at all. I'm kind of a bit rusty with cars reviews. As you can see, we have more leaves on this side, the 93. Looking pretty much the same, we just have a bit of a darker green outline. On the back here, we have just pretty much just the same once again, but just different logoing. So this is one that kind of stays true to his former design. Well, I hope I didn't damage them, or this one even more, just by dropping them there. But anyway, I'm not sure if we're going to fit all these guys in. Here we have the entire Spearmint team. We never got a crew chief. He's right there. We never got a hauler for this team. So this actually completes my Spearmint team now. It would be really cool if we got a hauler, that would complete the set, but most likely we probably won't. Anyway guys, thank you for watching this review. I'm sorry if it was a bit of a, if I was a bit rusty throughout this review. Just I haven't been constantly making videos one after another. So I hope you guys can forgive me for that. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy, and as always, I will see you in the next diecast review.